back to Alice Talks Football, and today's video is my FIFA 21 player ratings prediction for Manchester United. I'm going to be going through all the Manchester United players, well most of them. I'm going to be excluding players like Lee Grant and Fosu Mensah, I think are irrelevant. I'm going to be going through them and looking at their FIFA 20 card and what I think their FIFA 21 card will look like. Will they be upgraded from FIFA 20? Will they be downgraded from FIFA 20? What will the Manchester United player ratings be in FIFA 21? And giving you my predictions. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new and you don't want to miss daily Manchester United related content from me. Share this video, and if you don't agree on any of my player ratings, let me know what you'd rate this specific player and why in the comment section down below. Now let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with the goalkeepers with Sergio Romero. Solid keeper, one of the best backup keepers in the world, but he's going to stay at an 80 rated. He's not going to get upgraded, he's not going to get downgraded. That's Sergio Romero. Now David De Gea, now this is a hard one. He doesn't really deserve to get upgraded, but does he deserve to get downgraded? I've given David De Gea a -1 downgrade to 88 rated. I think he's still a solid top keeper, but he's just made too many mistakes. But 88 is still a high rating. First centre-back, Phil Jones, pretty awful. Ollie won't play him unless he has to. You know, he conceded 3 goals when he started against Sheffield United, conceded 3 goals when he started against Manchester City. He won't play unless we have to play him. The only time he's actually looked good was against Tranmere. That was against Tranmere. 75 rated, Phil Jones, massive downgrade. Tuanzebe, now Tuanzebe's barely played this season because of injuries, but when he has played, he's looked really, really good. I've actually been probably the most impressive him out of our centre-backs in terms of he's maybe only played like 6 or 7 games, but he's had 6 or 7 solid games, and for that reason I'm giving him a +2 upgrade to 75 rated. I think he's just a gold 75 rated card. You know, I would love to see more of him next season. I think he's a great player, but he hasn't played enough. Eric Bailly's a player that's been injured again. He's played some really good games, he's had some poor games. I'm going to keep him at 80 rated to be safe. Now Victor Lindelof. Now for me, I think Victor Lindelof is a very underrated player. You know, he has his odd bad game. He's maybe not the best in the year, but I think he's a very solid centre-back. And I actually think there's been times this season where he's been better than Maguire. And for that reason, I'm giving Victor Lindelof a +2 upgrade to 83 rated. And you might be thinking that's quite generous, but I'm looking at John Stones being 83 rated, David Luiz being 83 rated, and I think Victor Lindelof's better than them. So that's why I've given him a +2 upgrade to 83 rated. Could be seen as a bit generous, but I think it's fair. Harry Maguire. Now this is one that again could be seen as generous. Now Harry Maguire is a good player. He cost £80 million, so a lot of people are like, nah, he's not a good player. Yes, we overpaid for him massively. He's nowhere near an £80 million player. He's nowhere near Van Dijk, but he's a solid, good centre-back. And I look at Socrates, 84 rated. I look at David Luiz, 83 rated. I look at John Stones, 83 rated. And again, Maguire is better than all of them. And I've given Maguire a +2 rating to 84. Maguire's been pretty decent this season. He's been pretty solid. You know, he got a team of the season this season in FIFA. I mean, this year in FIFA. 84 rated. I think that's fair. No higher. But I think because of his £80 million price tag, people think he's worse than he is. But he's still a good solid centre-back. He's just not an £80 million player. And he's had a good season to an extent. Juan Bissaka, brilliant season, Manchester United's player of the year. Had a few iffy games since the break, but he's got to be upgraded to 83 rated. He's been amazing this season, our player of the season in my opinion. Diego Dalot, I'm giving him a -1 downgrade because he's barely played this season, and when he has played he hasn't been particularly good. So, and I think he's on his way out anyway. It's a 74 rated for Diego Dalot. Brandon Williams, I'm giving him a slight upgrade to a 72 rated silver card. He's been pretty decent this season. He's had some good games, he's had some bad games. He's a young player. We'll probably see more of him next season. His last 2 games he's been quite poor, but obviously when he first came into the squad, he was really good. For that reason, I'm giving him a 72 rated card. Luke Shaw, I'm upgrading Luke Shaw to 82 rated. I think Luke Shaw is one of our most underrated players. I think he's been brilliant this season. I think he's been consistent, he's been good. I think he deserves an upgrade to 82. A lot of people don't rate Luke Shaw, but I do. I think he's been really good this season, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. Look, we've been a bit of a mess without him. 82 rated for Luke Shaw, just a +1 upgrade. Nemanja Matic, again another +1 upgrade, was really poor last season, but this season he's looked better. You could argue to give Nemanja Matic an 83 rated card because he's actually been really good since about December time, but he's an old player. He has his off games, he has his on games, but I'm giving Nemanja Matic an upgrade to an 82 rated card. Scott McTominay, again I'm upgrading him. Scott McTominay was amazing October, November, December time, then he got injured. I think he got Manchester United Player of the Month for 2 or 3 months in a row. He looked really good. He's been injured. There was a coronavirus break. He hasn't looked as good, but he's still shown what he can do this season, so that's why I'm upgrading him to a 79 rated card. Fred, I'm upgrading to an 81 rated card. Hasn't looked the same since the break because Pogba's been in the team over him, but before the break, Fred was up there for player of the season. He deserves to be upgraded, plus 2 upgrade to 81 rated card. Also, he's moved to CDM. Paul Pogba is going to be moved to a CDM position because he's been playing in a much deeper role. I've upgraded his defending. He's going to stay the same because he hasn't played that much this season, but when he has played, he's been pretty solid, nothing special, but he's taken on a new role and he's done a good job in that. Bruno Fernandez is going to get a plus 2 upgrade to 87. Do I even need to explain that? He's come in, he's got like the most goal contributions in the league, you know, assists and goals since he's come in. He's completely transformed the team. He's been an amazing player. Won back-to-back Premier League Player of the Month awards, 87 rated card for Bruno Fernandes, plus 2 upgrade. Andreas Pereira, I'm going to keep him at the same because, to be honest, he didn't do that much last season. He got a 77 rated card. He hasn't done that much this season. He's got a 77 rated card. I don't think he's been worse this season than he was last season. I think he was pretty meh for the last 2 seasons. I'm going to keep him at a 77 rated card. Juan Mata, he's going to get downgraded to an 80 rated card. Juan Mata's had the odd game where he's looked really good in the sort of the slow games against the lower table teams, but he's not the Juan Mata he used to be. He's old. I'll give him an 80 rated card. That could even be seen as generous. Jesse Lingard, he's got to get downgraded to a 79 rated card. Do I even need to explain that? No goals or assists in the Premier League this season. Ollie barely plays him anymore. Looks like he could be on his way out. Just another poor season for Lingard. It's such a shame because I really like Lingard, but he's not been good enough this season whatsoever. Daniel James, he got upgraded in like February. I'm going to keep him at a 77 rated card. Obviously, he started the season a lot better. He's dropped off massively, but he's still a young player. You know, he's shown glimpses of what he can do. I'll keep him at 77 rated. Marcus Rashford's had the season of his career. I think he like equals Sadio Mane in goals and assists in the Premier League this season. Kind of shows how good he's been. He's got like over 20 goals. He's got 17 in the Premier League plus 7 assists. Season of his life, in the team of the season. You've got to give him a plus 2 upgrade, 85 rated. Now Anthony Martial, now this could be a controversial one, but I'm going to rate Martial higher than Rashford, and I've given Martial an 86 rated card. Now they've both got the same amount of goals this season. I think Rashford's got 2 more assists, but you know, Rashford scored a lot more penalties. Martial, I think, has the 3rd most goal contributions without penalties in the league this season. Bear in mind he's missed 2 months of the season with injury. I think since Bruno Fernandes has joined, Martial has the most goals in the league. And why am I giving Martial an 86 rated card, a plus 3 upgrade? Well, Lacazette got an 86 rated card because he had a very good season last season. And I looked at Lacazette's stats in the Premier League last season. He got 13 goals in 35 games, while Martial has 17 goals in 31 games. A better goal per minute ratio. I think Lacazette only has 1 more assist than Martial. And obviously, Martial's played a lot less games. If Martial gets an assist in the Leicester game, he's basically equalled Lacazette in assists and got 4 more goals in less games. And Lacazette's an 86 rated card. So I think it's only fair that Martial gets an 86 rated card because I think Anthony Martial has been amazing this season. I think since Bruno Fernandes has joined, he looks like a world-class number 9. And that is why I'm giving Martial an 86 rated card. I just thought I'd explain that because some people might say that's a bit high, but Lacazette 86, I think Martial's better. That's my reasoning. Mason Greenwood is getting a huge upgrade to 80 rated. Again, one that could be controversial, but he has 17 goals this season and he's only started like 17 games. He's been amazing. He finishes pretty much every chance he gets. He's one of the best shooters I've ever seen. He's 2-footed. He's an incredible player. He has 10 goals in the Premier League this season. I think he's the youngest player to do that since like Michael Owen. He's not even started that many games. He scores goals all the time. He's doing it for fun. He's the highest scoring Manchester United teenager with 17 goals, joint with Wayne Rooney and George Best. Bear in mind we've got Europa League games left to play, so he could be the highest scoring 18-year-old in Manchester United history. Why am I giving him an 80 rated card? Well, look at João Felix. He had a silver card that barely existed, came into the Liga NOS, had a great season in the Liga NOS and got a massive upgrade to 80 rated. I think, you know, Mason Greenwood's had just as good as a season as João Felix did last season in a harder league. I think João Felix got 20 goals, Greenwood's got 17 goals. Liga NOS, Premier League, there is a massive difference. So if João Felix gets an 80 rated card, that's why I give Greenwood an 80 rated card with a huge upgrade on shooting. I think that's fair. And last but not least, Odin Igalo, he stays the same for me. That is my Manchester United FIFA 21 player ratings predictions. Which ones would you change in the comment section down below? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? If you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video, and I'll see you next time.